So here we are, part 4, and things are getting a little heated with Rita and Elsa, and you get to find out why. So hang on to your hats. Here we go. If Rita was a good time girl, and Kerrie was the pelvis of the north, then Elsa was the fastest cleaner in the west. A woman who wielded a mop like it saved lives, who dusted for king, country and her fellow man, who knocked up teas at a moment's notice and coffee with that extra bit of froth, who polished floors to a mirror sheen in the odd window, although she often left a smear. Her idea of a good time was the smell of polish, the shine of her desktop, and the crisp sheets flapping in the wind. Well, so she thought until she spied the Backstreet Boys, or Kerrie, imitating them. Before she knew it, she was 16 again, back in the village hall, moving with Kerrie to Martin Gaye's Let's Get It On. Kerrie, in his tight 70 jeans, flares so wide you could wipe the backside of an elephant with them. Kerrie, with a buckle the size of Russell Crowe's gladiator shield and tight denim shirt reeking of brute. Kerrie, a few years older, was the snog of the century. He had the hips of Rod Stewart and the lips of Mick Jagger. One kiss from him and you were riding the Big Dipper. Well, so her best pal Jessie said. Elsa had no idea. She'd never danced the last song before, let alone snogged. They swayed in the dark, his hands on her hips, his lips on her neck. Jessie gave the thumbs up. He had a Ford parked out the back with a bench seat, and if she played her cards right, she'd soon be there, and not upright. Let's get it on. His nose touched hers. She tilted her head to the right, left, shit, right, lips, inches, millimetres, then tap, 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 on his shoulder. You got a fag? Friggin' Rita. Rita got more than a fag that night. And what did she get, Elsa? A few sips of a warm iron brew and a walk home with Ned. Ned, who smelt like a tuna twist and was as snoggable as a bulldog. Elsa, clutching the bath mat, stared at Kerrie naked to the waist. He still had Mick Jagger lips, the elderly kind. Elsa had spent months training her boys. She spent hours on YouTube learning from the good old days. None of this magic mic for her boys. Her boys had more experience in their little finger than Channing Tatum, and the long johns to prove it. She taught them to work that hen-dos like 60s Tom Jones, slide across the table like Peter Kay, well, until a flying ashtray knocked the bride-to-be in the nose. To strut like James Brown, swinging a broom like a microstand, well, until Glenn got so carried away he dropped into the splits and did his hip in, which was a bonus, really, as he went to the top of the hip replacement list after that. Elsa glared at Rita, a woman who had aged annoyingly well, like a Botox Barbie doll. Not this friggin' time, she thought. Rita made a dive for the bath mat. Elsa tugged it back. Hands off, shouted Elsa. Rita pushed her back. Elsa pushed back. Cat fight, yelled someone. Rita stumbled to the floor. Elsa made her jump on the top. The postie jumped in to stop. Kerrie, spying the postie, lunged towards him, stretching out his long johns to the limit. Ping! The room fell silent. Kerrie, a man who liked to go commando, put many off their drinks. And every man and his dog died for Kerrie's poncho. But it was Rita who got there first. And Elsa fumed until she caught the postman's eye.